Hello students. Last lecture we learned the all basic concepts of microeconomics with the characteristics of the concepts and the economics activity. It means the complete our concept of microeconomics. Now today's we are going to start the second and main branch of the economics is the macroeconomics. Because of all of you know that there are the two branches of the economics, micro and macro. The microeconomics branch is completed. After completed the branch of microeconomics, now I explain the second branch, macroeconomics. The macroeconomics means aggregate then whole economic variables means large variables of economics units. The macro means the large and aggregative, it means the total. The macroeconomics is therefore the study of aggregates covering the entire economy, such as the total employment, national income, national output, total investment, total savings, then total consumption, aggregate supply, aggregate demand, general price level, etc. Means the group of macroeconomics is the involved total output of each and every production of goods and services. Means here the macroeconomics group of the each and every total aggregate units of the economics. After completed introduction of macroeconomics, now I explain the Kenneth Boulding concept of macroeconomics. According to Professor Kenneth Boulding, the macroeconomics deals not with the individual quantities but such as the aggregates of these quantities, not with the individual incomes but the such as the national income, not with the individual prices such as the general price level, not with the individual's output but such as the national output. Means the macroeconomy is the group of all the group of the total output of units. Means the macroeconomics is total the opposite concept of the microeconomics. Because of the microeconomics the only the group of the individuals units, then macroeconomics is the group of the all the whole total output of units. Here mention the basic concepts of macroeconomics. The different type of the basic concept of macroeconomics mentioned here, like the national income, savings, investment, trade cycle, economic growth, economic development, etc. So first I explain the concept of national income. National income means the total output of goods and services during the period of time in the term of monetary. It is known as the national income. This reveals the total economic performance of a nation. It is the referred to as the total income of a country. In the economic sense, the national income is the aggregate monetary value of all finance goods and services produced in economy during the year. Means the macroeconomics is a flow concept and the macroeconomics deals with the all total output, final output of goods and services during the period of time in the term of monetary. So here mention the definition by the National Income Committee. According to National Income Committee, the define of national income. A national estimate measures the volume of commodities and services turned out during a given period counted without the duplication. Means the without duplication counted during the period of time they produce the output of goods and services. It means the commodities. In the term of monetary, it is known as the national income. According to National Income Committee, the National Income Committee is mentioned here. They measure the volume of commodities and services turned out during the given period counted without duplication. Means here they ignore the multiple or duplication. Because of national income, it is a flow concept, and only the counted of the all final goods and services volume. Here you know the duplication or multiple counting of the output of goods and services. Then second concept explain here the savings. It is that part of income which is set aside to satisfy the future needs by foregoing the current consumption. Means the saving is a part of the future, the safety side set a particular amount. It is not use the present consumptions, because the saving the part of your income. It is a part of income which is set aside to satisfy the future needs and wants foregoing the current consumption. Then in other words, the saving is a part of the income which is not spent currently on consumption. When the saving, it is not the spent the currently on the consumption by the consumer. The third part is the investment. The investment, it refers to creation of capital assets through the mobilization of savings, that is the machineries or equipments. Means the investment, it is also part of the savings, but the convert the capital assets because it's mobilizations of savings, so it refers to a creation of capital assets through the mobilization of savings, that is the machineries, equipments, etc. So fourth number point is the trade cycle. The trade cycle means the up and downs of cycles of the business levels, means the up and downs of activities of business. The trade cycle are fluctuation in the business. They are ups and downs in the overall economic activities. Ups and downs means the fluctuation caused by the inflation and depression. It means ups and downs, the fluctuation causes of the inflation or deflation. Here mention the inflation or depression. The inflation, it is a continuous rise in the general price level of goods and services, and depression, it is a continuously the fall in overall the prices of goods and services in the economic activity in general level. Means the trade cycle mention the fluctuation of the business, and business, the all over economics is they are the ups and downs overall the economic activity, but the up and down means the fluctuations the causes of the inflation or depression, because the inflation, it is the concept of the continuously rises the prices of goods and services, and the depression, they continuously fall the prices of goods and services of economic activity. The both are points is the fluctuation causes by up and downs of the business cycle and trade cycle. So students, here I completed the fourth point of basic concept and points of the macroeconomics. The next one is the economic growth. Economic growth, the term of economic growth, it has a quantitative dimension because of it is a natural growth. In simple words, the economic means an increase in the real national income of the country over a longer period of time. Means the economic growth, it is a continuously growth of economic longer period of time, but it is a quantitative dimensional concept because it is a natural concept. Without development, it is the start the process of economic growth. In simple words, the economic growth means an increase in the real national income of the country over a long period of time. The economic development is a wider concept because of it is a qualitative plus quantitative dimensional concept. The economic development implies the economic growth plus progressive changes in a certain important variables which determine well-being of the peoples. For example, education, health, etc. Means the economic growth, it is a natural concept But development without the growth does not start the process of development. Economic growth, it is a narrow concept, but the development, it is a wider concept. Without development, the economic growth is possible, but the without growth does not possible the economic development. So here mention economic growth means an increase in the real national income of the country over a longer period of time, and the development is the changes of the certain changes of important variables determine well-being of the people, like the education, then health, etc. So both our concept is important, the economic growth and economic development. Here all the basic concepts completed of the macroeconomics. Next lecture will start the difference between economic growth and economic development. Students, I hope you better understood the basic concepts of macroeconomics with the definition according to Kenneth Boulding. Thank you.